Oh, hey, here I am. I've been gone for months and months, but I'm back. Welcome to my Valentine's Day special. I have a few things that I want to talk about, or sounds like I'm complaining about, I think. Well, I don't really like to talk about myself because it always sounds like I'm complaining, but I'm really not. This is just how it is. Oh, I should have taken out a pair of these earrings beforehand so I could show you what it is we're going to work on today. We're going to need a ruler. We're going to need 20 gauge wire, 28 gauge wire, some very small beads. Let's see. We will need round nose pliers. We will need wire cutters. We will need chain nose pliers. You might want, but it's not necessary, hammer and a block. Grab a pair of these earrings so you can see what it looks like, what we're making. It's over here somewhere. Of course, they're all tangled together. Let's see. I have no idea how long it takes me to make a pair of these, and I plan on just chit-chatting. Probably not chit-chatting very smoothly the whole way through, rather than reading Wikipedia articles so I can catch you up on what's going on with me and where I've been and hopefully where I'm going. Anyway, these are what we're making today. I have a tutorial in wireandwiki.etsy.com for these, and it also shows you how to make these under the camera, Letha. And remember, these videos are only sponsored by me, so skip all those ads because the only people getting money is YouTube. And check out wireandwiki.etsy.com to support my channel. Thank you. So, let's get started. We're going to be making a bunch of little hearts. You know, I should probably leave that out so we can reference it, so you know what it is that I'm up to here. We will set this off to the side for now, and I'm going to leave the camera zoomed out a little for now. Get all this stuff out of the way until we need it. 20 gauge wire. We need to get this out of the way. 1.5 inch lengths of 20 gauge wire. You will need 6 for each earring. So I'm only going to cut 6, and I'll make the other earring later. 2, 3. Come on, wires, stop being crooked. And 4. And 5. And try and make sure these are all the same length. 6. Now, I'm going to tap these down, trim them, make sure they're all just about the same length. I think I got it. Okay. Now, oh yeah, we need a marker too. Marker! Okay, bring the ruler back out here. Now, we're going to want the middle of 1.5 inches. So, I am going to go put it this way. So the inch mark is right in the middle. Mark it in the center. Next one. 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 Mark it in the center. And number 6. I recommend doing all 12 at the same time for a pair because you end up with more uniform hearts and more uniform lengths. And we don't need that ruler anymore or the marker anymore, so I'll get those out of the way. Now, zoom. Zoom, zoom, zoom. I want to go to that center mark. Bend it in half. I want to bend this up and make sure each side is going to be same length, and if it's not, adjust it a little. Squeeze. Have a look. Stay under the camera. And you want to. How do I get that under the camera? Squeeze that end tight. So they're squeezed in super tight. Then you will want to put your thumbnails in between and have these curve out ever so gently. There's a little curve down here at the bottom. It's going to give your heart a little character once we start shaping the heart. Now let me do the rest of these quick. Like I say, I had put a message up on YouTube saying that I needed to take some time off because before COVID started, we had applied for a grant for poor people, disabled and elderly poor people, which is us. Oh, disabled and elderly poor people that are homeowners. For a grant for $50,000 for home repairs. And it's generally home repairs that are necessary repairs to keep everything up to code. And we heard back 3 years later that we had been approved. So I needed some time off to clean the house because, you know, we've got 20 years of living and raising kids in this house. And it's a mess. And it's a bit run down, and it desperately needs this help. So, took some time off to do that. Clean and clean and clean and clean and clean, and it's still not done. Still a lot more stuff to come out of here and go to the dump and get scrubbed and all those fun things. But during the time that we were doing all the cleaning up, they were going through our paperwork and, you know, double checking our income and everything and making sure everything was in order. And it was. And now we're waiting for the city inspector to give us a call to make an appointment to come and inspect the house to see what repairs need to be made for it to be brought up to code. Although I don't think we're out of code for anything. But there's quite a few things really run down. Really, I think this house was renovated in the, I want to say the 70s. You know, long before we bought it. And nothing has been touched since, yeah, other than repairs that we had to make. New hot water heater or a broken window or something like that. Anyway, point is, we're still waiting for the city inspector. Come on, wires, stop fighting. Get close together. You know you want to get close. One more. Where is that mark? There we go. I keep turning my chair and getting out from under this camera. It'll take a while to get back in the swing of things for everybody. Hopefully, you'll stick with me and not give up once I get back into it. Give that a bend out. Okay, and we have all 6 of them like that. Now we need our round nose pliers. And we're going to use just the tip of our round nose plier. Grab at the tip of this wire and curl in. And do the same on the other side. Curl in. Just like that. We want to squeeze those curls down flat. Under the camera, come on, get it together. So now we have this. And then we want to just grab that curl with your chain nose pliers and curve it in. Curve it in. That is not very round. Let's fix that one. Curve it in. It's almost the heart now. I don't think that's curved in nearly enough. It might take a little fiddling. But once you start making these, you'll find that it gets a little easier with each heart to get the curve just right as you're curling it in with your pliers like such. I'm going to take a look and see. Make sure they kind of match up on each side. Ta-da! Okay, now we'll work on the rest of these. I'll tell you what else has been going on. In the meantime, and since forever, since I can remember, I've always had headaches and weird pressure in my head that makes it difficult to concentrate, which in turn ends up making me disappear from the internet for months at a time, which was another part of the reason why I was gone for so long. Because if you can't think, it's difficult to do anything. So I started getting treated for migraines, which, you know, if it hadn't been for this, first I went to a neurologist and then I went to a migraine doctor, and if it hadn't been for the migraine doctor saying pressure in your head is a headache, yeah, I spent my whole life just thinking that I'm just an idiot. Everybody else can think, so I must be dumb. Well, no. Turns out I've been having these migraines my whole life. And just because it doesn't hurt doesn't mean it's not a migraine. Oh, my chitter-chattering and messing this all up now. Because of course I am. Under the camera, come on. Should put a big X under here so I know where to keep my hands. So you can see what I'm doing. What? Well, maybe I don't want you to see what I'm doing, because holy cow, that's not good. Let's see if I can fix this. So, tried a couple medications first, and they just really were not good. They just knocked me on my butt, made thinking even worse. So that was a terrible time. What am I doing to this? Chitter, chatter, chitter, chatter, mess it all up. Now, maybe? Well, closer. I have a feeling that the wire on one side is longer than the wire on the other side. Come on. Oh, here's this easy, fun project. Watch as I just keep messing it up. Yay, everyone can do it. Okay, there's two. And remember, they don't have to be exact. Like I had a short, fat one and a tall, skinny one. Because we're eventually going to attach them on their sides. So they won't complain about that. They don't care if they're just a little off. Anyway, migraine medicine. So then I started a new migraine medicine. 2 months ago. No, it was before Christmas. Because, oh well, Christmas, that's a whole other story. Because at one point I stopped taking it because I thought it was causing me a problem with my blood pressure. But it turns out that was a side effect of the COVID that we all had over Christmas. So I started taking it again. And it makes for much clearer-headed days. But doesn't always get rid of the headaches, so I have an extra headache medicine for emergency headache time. Now, stop chit-chatting and messing it up. Do it like you told him to. First medicine, I was like, Doc, I'm looking to have better days. I'm not looking to have worse days. I need to be able to think. That's why I'm here. Anyway, in the doctor, we felt better from COVID, but I can't say that we really felt too bad. So we've all had our shots, so it could have been so much worse. But we were tired. We were just so tired. But my blood pressure kept spiking and up and down, and I was like, well, it's either the COVID or it's the new medicine. And the one thing I can do is stop taking the new medicine, so I stopped taking it. And nothing changed, so. Wasn't the medicine. Migraine doctor said everything that you have issues with gets worse with COVID. It just magnifies everything. Although I never had high blood pressure before, so that's kind of weird. But just a COVID thing, but it's gone away now. Head is much clearer, you know, not every day isn't great, but every day it's better than it was before. Oh, I went to have, 2 days ago I went to have shots in the nerves in my head. Just to stop the headache pain and the neck pain. But, you know, I was thinking, well, this seems like a great idea. Then the doctor starts telling me that it could last a day, and it could last 3 days. I'm like, why am I getting these shots if it's just gonna, at maximum, last a few days? Well, got the shots. My scalp was all numb, and that's the way what was supposed to happen. By the time I got home, by the way, this was an hour-and-a-half drive to this doctor. By the time I got home, the numbness had all worn off, and I had a splitting headache, so that didn't work so good. Anybody else out there have migraines? What has worked for you? Oh, and the reason that they even suggested that I get checked out for this is because I had an MRI on my head because I was saying my neck and my head hurt to my family doctor. And they found something called squashed sella, which I can't remember the exact details, but it's not supposed to be squashed. And what happens is the little chamber in your skull where your pituitary gland lives, somehow your spinal fluid gets in there, and it's not supposed to be in there, and it squishes your pituitary gland, which might explain a few things. Now, the migraine doctor doesn't think that it's the sella that's causing the headaches, and I wouldn't think so either, because this has been going on my whole life, and I don't think I've had a squashed sella my whole life, according to them. I have had MRIs in my head before, and they didn't see it before, so. New fun things. I shouldn't have talked through this so I could fast forward through all of this. Oh, we've been going 24 minutes already? Maybe if I do it right the first time, it wouldn't take so long. Oh, the pressure. Everybody is watching. I can't get it right. Oh, that is not right at all either. Just stop it. Calm down. Oh, good. Now garbage trucks are outside making all kinds of noise. Try to film during the night when everyone in the house is asleep and not making any noise. And then there's the garbage trucks. That is... fun project, really easy. Anyone can do it. Oh, what is that? Stop it. What are you doing? Come on, get it together here. Curl. Curl. Curl, like you told the good people. Ain't that way? Why you tell them to do a thing and then do it different? Sorry, all you good people. Someday I'll get my shit together. Someday. Alright, last heart. Curl. Curl. Squish. Squish. Squish, I say, squish. Squish. Curl. 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 Not kink. Curl. Curl. Oh, it's almost good. Yay! Oh, a little bit more. Okay. Alright, let us see. Why such a mess all the time? Why so messy? Why so messy? Roll it, and it's covered in cat hair again. 3 seconds later. What we want to do here is heart next to heart. Next to heart. Next one, opposite direction. Next one. Next one. Ta-da! Alright, we're going to weave them together. 28 gauge wire. I usually wrestle with the spool because I can't find the end of the wire. Then once I find the end of the wire, oh, about 2 feet of wire I cut. First heart. We want to start at the top of the heart, right about where it starts to curve over to the top of the heart, and wrap it around there twice. Now, bring the next heart in, sit it next to it, and we want to figure 8 weave over to the next heart, and figure 8 weave just means that you want the wire to go in between the 2 wires of the heart, and then back around the other one twice. back to the other heart in the same figure 8. Round twice. Between the 2 wires over to the other heart. Round twice. Between the 2 wires back to the other heart. Around twice. Between. Around twice. Between. Around twice. And you want to keep them lined up so the points are together. Was I talking? I forget how many times I went around. Twice. Back through. Twice. And absolutely take your wire through the top of the heart. Don't try and spend a bunch of time trying to feed the wire into the heart. You will get frustrated and tangled wires and kinked wires. Round twice. Round twice. It's a little fiddly once you get to the points here. Round twice. And give your weave a little squish. Oh, you know what I forgot to show you? You could do was to hammer the hearts. You know, just give them a little tap with your hammer on a hard surface. Now they are meant to be a little rustic, so it's not important that you have a real smooth hammer. Oh, now what did you do? There we go. Should we squish this up a little? Well, we had a little room down here for another. Where am I at here? 2 around the first heart. And bring it through and just, when you've gotten down to the point, now what did I do? Come on, Leather, get it together. When you get down, it wraps all the way down to the points. So I want to squish this wrap. That helps hold everything in place. But bring this weave wire back across and up through the second heart. Because we're going to place the next heart right here and use this same weave wire through that third heart and around twice, just like before. Back over and figure 8 weave, just like we did before. Getting this heart started with the tiny tip is the only thing to hold on to. Can be fiddly, but you can do it. And if you have to start the weave up a little higher and then squish it down once you've got a few stitches done, that's fine too. And just keep going with that weave. Did I figure 8 that? Yeah. Figure 8. 2, 2, figure 8, 2, 2, figure 8, 2, 2. I have some plans for my channel. I want to start a series of absolute beginner wire wrapping, and I want to start with twist wraps, and I think that'll be fun because twist wraps are really versatile and they're a really good way to start, to just start learning how to handle wire. So I'm going to start that series. Okay, I've got this weave up to the top now. You just want to weave up as far as the beginning of that curve. like where we started it over here. I want them to start and stop at about the same place. Now there's nowhere else we can go with this, so I want to cut this off here. But this wire is so thin that I'm going to do the wiggle till it snaps, and that usually leaves no sharp little point there. I'm going to do the same with this tail from the beginning. Wiggle, wiggle, snap. Come on. There we go. There we have the first half. And of course, a crummy mess. Now, we're going to, where do we want to start? We want to start like we did when we first started with the very first heart. Start up at the top curve of either one of the outside hearts. It doesn't really matter. And we want to add the next heart facing the opposite direction. And then this gets a little fiddly. Around twice. Like I said with the other one, you get a couple wraps in and then push your stitches down to where they need to be. Twice around here. Twice around there. Back over. Twice around. Back over. Twice around. Between. Twice around, between, squish that weave down, right, twice around, twice around, in between, twice around, in between, twice around, in between. Oh, and here's a new development. I have to wear little reading glasses now sometimes to see what I'm weaving, which is a thing I've never had to do before. You know, I'm going to be 50 this year, so I shouldn't be surprised, but, you know, I spent my whole life not wearing glasses, so it is an adjustment for me. And of course, it's got to be those kind of glasses where you can't see far with them. You can only see up close with them. So you take them off, you put them on, you take them off, you put them on, you put them on the top of your head, you slide them down on the top of your head, slide them down. I'll eventually get used to it, but I'm going to complain about it until then. Twice around in the middle. Twice around. Here we are. And now we need to snap this off and snap the tail off. Give this weave a squish. Like I said, if I'm going too fast at any point, or if you need more detail, the tutorial is at wireandwiki.etsy.com. Real cheap, only $3.50. Yeah. Oh, what am I doing? Less talking, more teaching. We want two like we did before. Start at the top curve again on the opposite side of the heart that we just attached. Round, round twice. And we want these next hearts to all be pointing the same direction. Line that one up there. Figure 8 on over there. Round, round twice. Figure 8 on back. Round, round twice. Oh, and I still have to finish my half of the stone swap challenge that I completely flaked out on in my own personal misery. I haven't forgotten about it. The parts are all still here, and I want to finish it. Figure 8, round, round. Figure 8, round, round. Figure 8. Squish, squish. Figure 8. Round, round. Figure 8. Get it together here. Figure 8. Round, round, round. Figure 8. Do not sing a song you cannot sing. These are getting to squeeze a little too tight. And that's the thing with these little fun little curves in the hearts here, is they'll try in the middle of your weave here. If you weave too tight, the points will overlap, so you have to be careful to watch for that. Where was I? Oh yeah, I was coming over here. Round, round, back, round, round. Stop weaving it too tight like you just warned everyone. Back over, round, round. Wait a minute. Figure 8. Back through. Focus, Letha. Focus. Go over. Round. Round. I think I just be careful you don't cross your wraps. I think that's still crossed in there. But rustic. The little flaws and wobbles makes it rustic. Makes it unique. Round and round. Back through. Or it just makes it look like I messed up. The mess up is in the eye of the beholder. Just give that a squish. And give that a squish. Oh yeah, it's not a mess up, it's rustic. Remember to check your weave wires as you don't cross your wraps. Let's see, where was I? Was on this side? Okay. Let's go. One more on each side. And then we want to bring this weave wire up through that last heart we attached, so it's just sticking out through the point. Squish, squish, everything line up nice. Now, up our last heart. This is the fiddly part where you have just the tiny little points to hang on to. Oh, by the way, I will be going back to Wire and Wiki. I have, but for the beginner episodes, I'll probably talk through those and explain what's going on. But I also have some more advanced things that I'm going to do, and I'm still going to do the Wire and Wiki, or I'm going to show you and read from Wikipedia because I like to learn things. Too many things at the same time. This way, and start writing tutorials for everything again. So you have the option of visiting www.wireandwiki.etsy.com and supporting my shop by getting some tutorials to go with the videos. Muchly appreciated. Round, 8, 8, round, round, 8, 8, round, round, 8, 8, round, round, 8, 8, round, round, and I think we're there. Let me give this a squish because I'm chit-chatting about my tutorials. Squish this down a little. Give this a squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Now, this is going to be real floppy, and that's okay. Whee! Perfectly natural. I'm going to take this around here one more time and wiggle that tail off. Wiggle your tail off. Wiggle that tail off. Wiggle your tail off. And that. It looks very much like that. That. Pause for a little sip of my drink. I'm going to use peridot, that's the name of those. Peridot beads. To add, like in here. These peridot beads, though, are 4mm beads, so I probably won't need to use these tiny little metal spacer beads. Oh, we'll see. Okay, I'm going to need a longer piece of weave wire now. Not real long, just longer than these scraps that I have left over. We'll just put those over there. Let's see. Yeah, a couple inches would be long enough. Wire cutters. And we will start up here. We want to wrap this little wire we're going to put our bead on around here, 2, 3, 4 times. Squish that all together. Squish it down to the point. Like such. And we'll put our bead on there. Perhaps I should have put my glasses on to do this. Where is the hole in the bead? There it is. So we want to go from an end heart to 1, 2, 3, 4 hearts away from that one, and attach. Go through the heart wire. Attach it by, just wrapping it around there. if you're using smaller beads, be careful you don't wrap it around too tight, because you'll squish your whole piece together trying to bridge the gap. That's why with this one I used two little metal beads to take up the space. Wait, why is that wrap way up there? Oh, what kind of trouble is that going to cause? All kinds of trouble, isn't it? Now it's going to make it too floppy. Don't do what I say. It's just a big mistake. No, I think we're good. Yeah, we're good. Are we good? Yeah, we're good. It's good, trust me. Wiggle this tail off. Wiggle your tail off. Oh, it's not good. Oh, don't listen to me. Okay, guys. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna take this bead back off and do it right, because if we don't, we will regret it. We didn't do all this work to have the last two steps mess it all up. Back around, undoing my work, back around. Back around, am I there yet? No. One more. I absolutely hate undoing, but it is well worth undoing than to be extremely unhappy with what you finished. We went to all the work to make all these hearts, and then all the work to weave them all together. So it is worth it to undo it, to fix that gappy wire. And I'm going to cut a new wire because I don't want to use that kinky wire. No, not the kinky wire. Boom, boom. Okay. Now, let's try this again. Wrap it around 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or however many times you feel is necessary. Make sure you squish all those wraps as far down, as close to the point as you can, like I just didn't previously. And now, they're down there. Get that bead onto the wire. Can you imagine if you had to listen to my voice talking about wire wrapping like this through every single episode? It would be horrific. Okay, make sure those wraps are still at the bottom. And then, like we did before, we want to wrap around the fourth heart away from the end heart. Making sure it's all still where it's supposed to be before I crank this down. Through and around. Through, I say, and around. Through and around. And now. No, I think I want to go one more time. Maybe. If I have the coordination. Through. There we go. Now. Wiggle that tail off. Wiggle that other tail off. Wiggle it off. Oh, come on, tail. Wiggle off already. There we go. Ta-da, 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 ta-da. What else I like about this design is that the top? Is that the top? Is that the front? Is that the front? Completely reversible and flippable. Okay. I think I have enough of this little bit of weave wire to attach the last bead. So I just want to flip it over, do the same thing but from the other end, under the camera. flip it over, and do the same thing from the other end. So, come. You heard me. Now do it. Come. Watch me wrestle with wire for hours. There we go. Round. 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 Make sure, push all those little coils down. No, down. Stop pulling them back up. Add our bead. And wrap around the fourth heart. 1, 2, 3, 4. As many wraps as you see fit to lash down this bead so it does not escape. One more time. Yep. Okay. So wiggle off this tail. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Wiggle off this tail. And there it is. We've done it. We've done it. Now you can put your ear wire anywhere you really want on here. This is where I put it. You can see the difference between the squattier hearts over here and taller, skinnier hearts over there. And here's a thing that I'm thinking about now. Well, not now, but since I've been making these earrings, is why not make some shamrocks or clovers for St. Patrick's Day. Thank you for sticking with me. Thank you for coming back. And I'm not sure what my next video will be. It will either be the Stone Swap Challenge, or it will be the beginning, very beginning basics of wire wrapping, or I'm still working on this design, so don't laugh at it if it looks funny. It'll get better. This is my very first try. Kitty cat butt. Thank you, and I will talk to you next time. Bye, bye, bye.